Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're doing another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in, get comfortable. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. Let's do it to it, shall we? Today's full review episode is going to be the Basse Armagnac, Delord Napoleon, 1893. Appellation Basse Armagnac, Contrôlé. Aged a minimum of 10 years in oak barrels. Product of France. We come from France. Alcohol percentage 40% by volume. You have to say that. You have to say that. Every time you say France, you have to do some stupid little thing, either in the voice of a character from a film or a stupid French voice accent, you know? Oui, oui. Backside. Continuing on, it's family owned and operated for about 100 years. Distillation, single distillation, and we'll get to more information. Slow at low temperatures to keep more flavors and rich character in the spirit. Aged 10 years in oak barrels. Woody nose with hints of rancio. Discreet aromas of vanilla fruit are satisfying. Gold medal, imported by Heavenly Spirits LLC, Lakeview. 40% alcohol by volume. And that's it on that. So let's get this cork popped and poured. It's got a pretty decent nondescript. I had a mess. If you hadn't seen the full review, this thing is covered in wax, and it crumbled and broke all apart. Made a mess. Let's just do it, shall we? Oh, I am starting to fall in love. Oui, oui, French is the language of love, no? There you go. You have to. You have to do it stupidly. And have some fun with it. So, what is an Armagnac? Well, how do you compare an Armagnac to a cognac? Well, wine is distilled a certain way. Cognac is double to triple distilled, but then aged. It's kind of like a bourbon. So many different ways to do it, but you still have to keep it in line with the rules. Sierre, Alambri, stills. I know I mispronounced that, but it's rested in oak casks for 10 years. And it's only distilled once. This one says it's only distilled once, and they've been doing it since 1893. Gascony, France. Lennay, Paxel. Anywho. I'm holding it under my nose, and I'm just... So I paid $46.54 out the door for this 40% Armagnac. So I've been trying to figure out how I can sort of gauge these different types of Armagnac, because just like cognac, they start off and you have like the VSOP, the XO, and so on and so forth. Then you start getting the Napoleons, which is at least 10 years. And then I had the Saval. I went out and bought a second bottle of that Saval. That's delicious. Absolutely. It's somewhere between 10 and 15 years. They said that they use those. There's a mixture between 15 and 25 years in that bottle, Saval XO. And this is a Napoleon, which means it's at least 10 years. Sometimes you might get something up towards a 15 year. So if it was an exact 10 year, they would just say it's an XO, you know. But a Napoleon, and they have a few other labels. So what was I saying? How do I get this? So there's like 7 levels of Armagnac. Well, there's more, but let's just trim it down so it's a little bit capable of fitting in our heads more better, right? Right. So I would say 7 levels of Armagnac. And this is a 3 out of 7. So it's almost halfway. So I think the oldest is... Well, there's ancient, right? There's an ancient level. they have an ancient level. So these distiller has an extensive line. I did not see this one, the Napoleon. I didn't see the Napoleon on their website. So I ranked it somewhere between their second and third that was listed. So this is a 10 year, at least a 10 year. And the next one was, I think, at least a 15 to 20 year. So it's in the range between there. They can give you between 5 to 10 variants. It's got a beautiful nose, like prunes, figs, dark fruits, dark red, rich grapefruits, grapes and fruits. Let's go ahead and get on the palate. Oh, wait. Magnifique. So, I know it's not a whiskey, but we're going to break out Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale. And off camera, I'm going to try and put it what do you think? Somewhere between a copper and an Auburn tawny. Now, this is my second Armagnac. I've had a few cognac. I didn't care much for the cognac, but I might revisit and do some older cognac and see how that compares to the Armagnac. Because cognac is double to triple distilled, where the Armagnac is single to double distilled. And just for a point of reference, the more you distill something, the more you're going to rob it of natural characters, oils, flavors, and character. Like the Irish does their Irish whiskey. They triple distill the hell out of it, and it's so smooth. No, I don't like it smooth as glass. It doesn't have to be that way because it doesn't have any roughness, no character. So when I do a review, I do 3 parts. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first impressions with you because that's what we do. Part 2, full review time, where we're at today. You drink it down halfway, put the cork in it, put it back on the shelf, let it sit for a week and a half to 2 weeks. There's a schedule. We're closing the gap between me making the video, editing the video, uploading the video, all within a day or 2 of it. So when you're watching this, I did this video probably, I'll have it up tomorrow or the day after. So if you're watching this, it was done the day before, the day before that. I had a huge backlog of videos, stuff that was done like weeks and just, not getting dealt with because I didn't want to overload the algorithm. But then I'm like, screw it. I want to get caught up. I want to be up to date with my videos. I am getting into Armagnac. Anywho, I come back after it's sat for a while. Remember, this has more organic material in it than like a whiskey or a tequila or something like that. Yes, everything's plant-based, but this has more particulates from that organic material in it, like wine. That's why wine turns bad within 5 to 7 days. And whiskey with a higher alcohol content, because it's distilled more times, can last longer. Let's go ahead and get this second one on and continue. I pulled it away too fast. I'm sorry. It's got good viscosity. It's like a blending between a nice deep red, like Merlot maybe, and a wine, whiskey. Sorry, whiskey. Sometimes these are rested in ex-bourbon or ex-whiskey casks, which gives it a little bit of extra kick in the flavor. And I'd love to start trying some of those, but just like whiskeys and bourbons, they have rules. You can't do that. So in order to maintain the label, they have to stay away from experimentations. Anywho, I go online, find out as much as I can, come back, talk about it, score it, continue to drink it, because part 3, final pour episode, thusly named, I have the final pour compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. It's beautiful. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, go ahead and do that so now. That way all this video content will come to you as soon as it's released. Algorithm's still kind of wonky, and I'm not relying on it. Neither should you. So on the palate, caramelized sugar, butterscotch. What was the other one I was getting? I was getting sweet cream butter biscuit. Like they're really the really expensive ones, not the ones you get in those round tins that I used to get for Christmas, like the butter cookies, but like some serious gourmet expensive ones that you rarely get to have every once in a while. And oh man, those things just kind of like crumble and they melt in your mouth, and it's so delicious. So there's lots of baking notes and stuff. And let's go ahead and do this final. Let's do this final finish. Well, it's a finish. Oh, it's not as good as that Saval XO, Marqués de Saval XO, but thank you, Mickey. You got me on this Armagnac kick, and I'm just waiting to get a bad one. So I'm just using my experience that I had with others, like bourbon, where you don't have to pay a whole lot, and you shouldn't, to get a decent bourbon. You don't have to. Same thing with Scotch. There's more good Scotch out there than there is bourbon. But yes, there's going to be some that you have to pay $100 to get a damn good bottle. And I would not pay $100 for a bottle of bourbon. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I just don't see it as being something that's worth it. It's just not. There are so many bottles. I can get several bottles for $100 that would please me more than one bottle of $100 bourbon. Can't say that with Scotch, though. That's for sure. Because I had a $80-something bottle. That's the best bottle of Scotch I've ever had. This Armagnac is pretty good. It is my second one, and it does play second, of course. And the Saval is discontinued. This one, however, I do not believe so. Although I can't find the Nepoleon just anywhere. It's not on the website, but it's out there. It's on the shelves of my local specs. Yes, that's a damn good thing. So we did the finish, right? Let's do the finish. It is sweet. It is a little bit drying, just a little bit. It's not offensive though. It's not overwhelming. It's not something I worry about. It does have a little bit of dryness that lingers, but you get that really faint aftertaste of all that dark, rich plums, caramelized sugar, butterscotch. It all just sort of like lingers a little bit. So let's put a score on it, shall we? Okay, so here's the thing. It's an Armagnac, so I have to separate it from whiskey and wine and brews and non-brews. So for an Armagnac, the scoring I'm going to give this is a strong 4 out of 5. We'll go with that. Strong 4 out of 5, because I definitely rated that Saval higher. I do believe. I hope so. I might have to revisit that. Yes, there's still 4 bottles of that Saval XO on the discounted shelf at my local specs. Haven't bothered to look for it anywhere else. But I just might pick up a second bottle just so I can crack that one open and have it. Who knows? My fair price for this, considering I paid less than $40 for that Saval, but the Saval was discounted down from like $70 something dollars. So you're talking at least $20 less for this one. So let's put a fair price on this one. $40? I think I'd feel a little bit better about paying $40 out the door for this. But then again, you gotta pay more to get more. And that's what happens when you get into Armagnac. All my cognac fans, if you're a cognac fan, square up in the comment section. Let's talk about it. What's your best cognac versus your best Armagnac? Let's talk about it. My fair price, like I said, $40. Would I buy this one again? There's another label at my local specs. It's I think it's the one up from the Nepoleon. The one that costs like $60 something dollars. It just may be in the making. Yeah, so there it is. Would I buy this again? like I said, no. There's another one I can get into. They have several more labels down the line. But I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for some more Armagnac. If you have a suggestion, drop it in the comment section. I will look it up and evaluate whether or not to go with it. Well, there it is. In the comment section, would love to know where you are at, what you are currently drinking. Have you have an Armagnac, the Boss Armagnac Delord? If so, let's talk about it. If not, we'll talk about something else. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a damn good one.